So here is Congresswoman Tlaib yesterday, and I want to play first her call for a new minimum wage. Now, we just found out that last week, Bernie Sanders gave all of his people a $15 minimum wage because they said what they were working for just wasn't enough. He said, okay, you know what? I'm going to raise everybody to the $15 minimum wage because that's what I believe anyway Americans should do. Now, by the way, now that you only, you're making $15 an hour, I just want you to know I can't afford everybody to work 6 days a week. So everybody works 5 days a week. So wait a minute. Hang on just a second. So now they have to get done all the stuff that they were doing before, but they have to do it in 5 days as opposed to 6 days. And that doesn't help their financial situation. What he's saying is now you have time to go get a second job. He also let some people go. And some people walked out and said, you're crazy. Now I have to accomplish this in 5 days as opposed to 6? No, thank you. It doesn't work. When we say what's going to happen is the companies can't afford that, so they will lay people off or they will cut back on the days. The left always says, that's crazy. That won't happen. They have the money. Well, doesn't he have millions of dollars in the bank? Doesn't he have the money? Why isn't he doing it? Because the math doesn't work. So we just had Bernie Sanders, the king of socialism, prove that just the $15 an hour minimum wage mandate doesn't work. And here's what Rashid Tlaib learned from that.
You can't allow people to be living off of tips, relying on tipped wages. It's just not, or whatever they call it, tipped income, because it's just not enough to support our families. But I also want to always tell a story because big fights like this one, $15. By the way, when we started it should have been $15. Now I think it should be $20. Picture America Rising, here's that. It should be $20. No, it should be $20 an hour.
$20 right here, 25 there. Thank you, Mary.
Who wants 30? Who's got 30?
I can tell you, milk has gone up. Eggs has gone up.
Okay, stop.
All right. Oh, God, I can't take it.
Stop. That's why, if you were serious in Congress about a minimum wage, you would attach it to the fundamental market. You would attach it to the cost of living. But you shouldn't do that as the federal government because $15 an hour is death money practically in New York City. But if I was paying somebody $15 an hour in the middle of Idaho or on a ranch in Arizona, that's a lot of money. And, if you're going to do it, it should be state or locally, and it should be attached to the cost of living.
Inflation,
that way we don't need anybody to tell us, you need me to change that.
Right, it takes them out of it.
Right, they're not serious. So it always gives them an axe. So they started doing this $15 an hour. Well, when we started it was $15 and that was fine. But now it's $20. It should be $20, but we'll settle for $15. As soon as they get $15, it should be $20. And you need me to fight for you because I was the person that got the 15.
What if they get 20? What will happen?
25. Mm-hmm. It's an auction.
Exactly. And it's funny because the blessing of the squad, as it were, is they make every argument conservatives have been making forever in full color. What do we say when people were like, oh, you know what? It should go from $7 to $10 an hour. We would say, what's next? $15, $20 an hour? And they'd say, no, we're talking common sense solutions.
Right.
The second they have power, what is it? $15, $20 an hour. There's no
end to
limit.
it.
There's no
end to it.
There's no limit to that principle.